Every battle begins in the mind. The eminent Sun Tzu stressed that in his classic work, The Art of War. Sometimes, a life or death struggle pits man against himself, against his so-called demons, or the passions and emotions that can overpower and possess, bring a man to the brink of no return. Lawmaker Senator Grace Poe knew firsthand what it takes to tough out and prevail in a battle that rages within. She knew the depths of grief from which sometimes there is no return.
Why is it so far-fetched to imagine that there is also some chemical problem if you experience extreme loneliness or desperation? So that's what prompted me, because it's an area that is not openly discussed. So I feel that we need to address it.
She lost her father, Fernando Poe Jr., whose stunning loss in the 1992 political contest must have been too heavy and honest to bear. She mourned. So did the nation mourn the tragedy that befell the citizenry, the body politic.
I went through depression. At that time, I was in the US, but there you could go through counseling, and the doctor didn't really feel the need to medicate me.
Fortunately for her, those suffering from depression get a lot of support in the US, and she was able to surmount and defeat depression. She wants nothing less for her constituents who are in the same situation. There are lessons gained even in the most grievous of losses. For Senator Poe, it was a realization that mental health is of paramount importance, a vital need for building a stronger psyche and sinew of our nation.
Basic white shirts.
Consider what Senator Poe cites. People still think depression is not an illness and is something that one eventually snaps out of. That's the reason why so many people who are depressed feel embarrassed to seek help. Depression, in all its guises and degrees, is deadly. It can lead to suicide, and that's what medical findings show. 9 out of 10 suicide cases stem from depression. The suicide rate among Filipinos has gone up in the last 21 years. Majority of cases involve young people aged 24 years old and below. Based on records from the National Statistics Office, the suicide rate from 1984 to 2005 went up to 7 of every 200,000 men. Among women, the numbers jumped from 0 to 2 for every 200,000. Senator Poe has called on her colleagues for help to craft a law that seeks to stem the tide of Filipinos who opt out of life. That's another tough battle ahead. This is, as reckoned by experts, a societal problem that requires deep structural changes in how we deliver healthcare. It is not a problem to be solved by jiggering with our diagnostic criteria.